Wow, what a great day. Very good day. And as always, I like to start by recognizing the people who have taken time today to come be with us. I'm always impressed with how much support our community gives our students. When I call your name, I'd like you to stand and remain standing. And audience, if you'd hold your applause till the end, I'll get through the whole list. Dr. Bruce McDade, Division Superintendent, Manassas Park City Schools. Mrs. Rachel Kirkland, Chair of the Manassas Park City School Board. Mr. Carlos Vargas, Vice Chair of the Manassas Park City School Board. Mr. Eric Harmon, Member of the Manassas Park City School Board. Mr. Hong Shu, Member of the Manassas Park City School Board. Mrs. Alana Mensing, Member of the Manassas Park City School Board. Mrs. Dana Williams, Clerk of the Manassas Park City School Board and Human Resources Assistant. Mrs. Jeanette Rischel, Mayor of Manassas Park. Mr. Suhas Nadoni, Vice Mayor of Manassas Park. Colonel John C. Evans, Interim City Manager, Chief of Police. Mr. Preston Banks, Member of the Manassas Park Governing Body. Mr. Michael Carrera, Member of the Manassas Park Governing Body. Mr. Hector Sendejas, Member of the Manassas Park Governing Body. Mrs. Miriam Machado, Member of the Manassas Park Governing Body. Mr. Donald Shoemaker, Member of the Manassas Park Governing Body. Mr. Eric Neff, Deputy Superintendent. Dr. Jeffrey Jackson, Associate Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. Mrs. Krista Kelly, Director of Financial Services. Mrs. Michelle Noyes, Director of Human Resources. Mr. Matt McCormick, Director of Information Technology. Mr. Paul Simpson, Director of Maintenance and personally responsible for how awesome this place looks today. Mrs. Jennifer Kiernan Graham, Supervisor for Student Services and Special Education. Ms. Nicole Sarich, Division Math Specialist. Ms. Tania Brown, Division Literacy Specialist. Mr. Rami Tabera, Network Engineer. Mrs. Pam Kelso, Manassas Park Middle School Principal. Mr. Donald Frischborn, Manassas Park Middle School Assistant Principal. Mrs. Stacy Mammon, Manassas Park Elementary School Principal. Mrs. Melissa Pitts, Manassas Park Elementary School Assistant Principal. Mrs. Ann Gwynn, Cougar Elementary School Principal. Mrs. Desiree Tickle, Cougar Elementary School Assistant Principal. Give these folks a great round of applause. It's a lot of names. It's a lot of people who care about you. I do want to recognize another group of guests that we have today, and I'm going to ask our class to recognize them. We have gotten so big that we overflow into the middle school, and I know that you have guests in the middle school who are watching this. I want you to give them a round of applause so they know you know they're there. They're with us too, and we're happy they're here. Parents, faculty, honored guests, and the class of 2017, welcome to Manassas Park High School's commencement 2017. My message today to you is simple. Be true to yourself and be brave. About a month ago, Mr. Kasich, you know Mr. Kasich, right? Famous Mr. Kasich, AKA Santa. He sent me an email with a Doonesbury cartoon, and it illustrated the typical grad speech by the principal. Profound sayings, rehashing from last year's speech, dramatic pause, famous quote. Made the speech feel pretty dull. Thanks, Mr. Kasich. So instead of rehashing my old speeches, I thought I'd take my own advice. Be true to myself and be brave. If you know me at all, you know I love music. If you know me a little better, you know I love Broadway music. And if you really know me, you know I'm borderline obsessed with the musical Hamilton. I am going to now be true to myself and be brave. This is called modeling for those of us in education. How does a group of infants born around 1999 and dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in Virginia from Cougar moms and fathers grow up to be a class of Cougar scholars? I bet you $10 these mothers and fathers who cared to bother helped you get a lot farther by being a lot smarter, by working a lot harder, by making you self-starters. By 14, you became high school partners. And every day while they were working to show you the way, you showed up here day after day and kept your guard up. Inside, you were longing for something to be a part of, and PHS would show you how to really get something started. Then junior year came, and devastation reigned, and you saw your time dripping down the drain. Put a pencil to your temple, connected canvas to your brain, and you said, I will not be defeated. Graduation is my fame. Well, word got around. We all said, this class is insane, man. Class of 2017, gaining fame, man. Get your education. Don't forget from whence you came, and the world is gonna know your name. What's your name, man? What's your name, man? You are the class of 2017, and while today's about where you have been, just you wait, just you wait. In 2010 to grade 6, did your bit, left MPE grinning. 3 years later, see your high school years beginning. Teachers pulling out their tricks to keep your attention fixed. The years got better, but the days began to stick. Just when you thought you finished well, the workload, yeah, it multiplied, left you with the need for some new pride, something new inside. A voice saying, 17, you gotta fend for yourself. 700K in scholarships, education is your wealth. You ready? There would have been nothing left to do for a class less astute. You might have been failing, SOLs, left behind, destitute, started working, maturing. Your future you were looking toward, less than your best you knew. You could not afford scamming for every challenge you could get your hands on, planning things like pulling tourney. And here you stand on the graduation stage. You just keep raising the bar. At MP, you can be a rock star. What's your name, man? Be true to yourself and be brave.